Hello, how's it going? I first was looking back to see what I wanted to do. And I was looking through my videos. Apparently, I can't. It's been 4 years. 4 years since I started filming videos. 4 years. 4 years. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. And then I also came across that within the past week, I reached 200 subscribers on my YouTube channel, which is like, oh my goodness, people actually watch my YouTube channel. Hi. So I'm like, okay, and I'm really good about not telling people that I have a YouTube channel unless I really know who they are or they just randomly come across it. And I'm like, okay, so 200 people. So I was emailing my friends and family, and to be honest with you, didn't want to, in the beginning of the week, I was like, my week it's not going great. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna send an email out to my friends and family. I'm not even gonna do it this week because I've been sending emails out on a weekly basis to them. Because you know what, I just like to keep people updated and tell them about how I'm doing. I'm not gonna send an email, but my week did turn around, and some exciting stuff happened and some positive things happened within last week or this week. I can't believe how long I've been here. I honestly can't believe it. And I say this on a weekly basis too in my emails. Oh, I can't believe it. It's amazing. It's amazing. But so I've been here 28 weeks at the Stewart homeschool. 28 weeks. That is a little over 6 months. So I have science class 2 days a week and choir class 3 days a week. So on the day that I didn't have choir one of the days I didn't have choir was on Wednesday. So students went to the pumpkin patch in October, and I went 1 week. And so since Halloween is over, the pumpkins are rotting or not good or whatever. So I asked her what she was doing with the pumpkins, and she said she's taking out the seeds so she can cook the seeds. But she said, do you want, my science teacher, do you want to murder a pumpkin? And I said, murder? She's like, kill the pumpkin? So, oh my gosh, guess what I did on Wednesday? I killed not one, but 2 pumpkins in her class on Wednesday. And I had to actually go over her class, so it was the class period. So she let me go show her my pumpkin that I just murdered to my correspondence teacher, who's amazing. So I went to say, look what I just did, which was funny because earlier in the afternoon, I went up to my correspondence teacher all stressed out about something. I was flipping out. So she saw me all not there. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. So I just killed a pumpkin in my science class. And can I stay for a portion of correspondence to kill another one? To finish up the kill, basically. So, yes, that's what I did. Oh my flipping goodness. Oh my gosh. I felt so much better. Oh my goodness. She's like, okay, you can do that. So, I killed not 1, but 2 pumpkins on Wednesday. And my science teacher's like, I'm gonna cut you off. She had to cut me off. And she said, come back next week. And great. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back next week. I already let her know. Monday, I am gonna kill another pumpkin. So that does lighten my mood a little bit. Because I told her I was stressed. And I didn't say why I was stressed, but I told her I was stressed. And I'm like, I think I feel a lot better because I took all my frustration and anger out on this pumpkin, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like tearing off stems and tearing apart all this stuff. So on Thursday was the day when I woke up on Thursday, I had no idea what was going on Thursday. I didn't even know. I knew something was happening on Thursday, like a whole school event was happening on Thursday. I didn't know when it was happening. I'm a part of choir, so we had a choir trip on Thursday evening. But there was a school performance. A portion of the school participated in the school performance. I did not. And I offered to help a lot. So my choir teacher was getting ready for the performance, so he couldn't help gather everybody. So the person that he was talking to another teacher who was going to come on the choir trip with us. So they were talking, and I went up to the teacher who saying, can I help? Can I help, gather people or whatever? So they wanted all the choir people to be together in one spot, sit together so we can get up and leave right after it was over. So I volunteered. Nobody asked me to volunteer. I just volunteered to I'll help you gather people. So we were just gathering people, and luckily gathering people when they're in the same, we had 300 people here, and everybody's coming in to watch this school performance. And it's very hard to pick out people, let me tell you, but it's really easy. No, it was hard, but it was much easier to pick up people when we were wearing the same shirt, because all the choir people had to be dressed up for their choir theme. So everybody all the choir people were in the same shirt. So it was really easy to pick people out. So I was picking people out. I was like, hey, can we go sit in one spot over there to the left of the stage? So in front. Doing that. This was before the school performance even started. One teacher noticed what I was doing. Actually, she's not a teacher. She's the director of the school. So she came out to me, and I was like, oh my goodness gracious, what do you want? Oh my gosh, I don't know, my reactions when people higher authority figures come up to me, I don't know. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? I think I'm in trouble, but I'm not, obviously. But I'm like, what did I do? She was just saying, she didn't know exactly what I was doing, but she knew I was helping someone with something. So she's like, she just wanted to recognize me for helping out. And I had to pick people out, because, people come in from all different directions. So I'm like, I need this person, that person, this person, all to come, And so I successfully did that. I successfully gathered all my people. If we put it all in one spot, I gathered. It was great. So then, other people sat, because once all the choir people sat down, the other people decided to sit with us, which was totally fine. We didn't, two people who were not a part of the choir group, and the performance has started, and there was a lot of singing and dancing throughout the performances. Performance was being filmed. Two people, they were dancing along to the songs and stuff, and there was a staff member in the front row and she was telling those people to stay as far left as possible because we were on the left hand side. So she was telling them to stay on the far left hand. You can dance, but on the far left hand side. But they didn't listen. So they kept inching their way up to the stage, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I took it upon myself to help. I didn't need to help. I just chose to help these people stay far left to the stage as humanly possible. And it was very difficult. I had to pull them back so they could I told them to stay, and they didn't listen, so they kept going up, and I kept pulling them back. They kept going up, and I kept pulling them back. There was one time that I decided to go up and dance with this person to the far left side because I knew he was gonna go closer to center stage, and I did not want that. Nobody wanted that. So I basically stood in front of him with my back toward the stage because I had a sense that he was going to bolt. So I was like, to make him not bolt, I just stood right in front of him. So after the performance was like, I don't even know, maybe an hour-ish. And so we were done. Yay, performance is done, yay, everybody's clapping, everything. And then the choir got up to go hang around to wait for our choir teacher to come get us. So I ran into my correspondent, who's the sweetest lady, one of the sweetest persons on the face of the planet. She's like, I saw what you did up there. I'm like, oh my gosh, you saw what I did up there? Trying to avoid causing more attention to everybody, including myself. I was like, I saw you help those people get back. And I'm like, they weren't listening. They were not. She told me, it's like, they don't listen really well. I'm like, now you tell me. It's like, oh my gosh. So she said she appreciated me basically helping people out. I think I helped a lot of people with not even realizing I was helping a lot of people, because I wasn't asked to do it. Staff members could be pulling them back and telling them no, well, whatever. But I decided, because staff members are enjoying watching the play, whatever. Yes, I did watch the play, but there was a good portion of the play that I did not watch because I was too focused on these guys cannot get up there front and center of the stage, which was and then another teacher came up to me. I said, well, the teacher who was paired with the choir director to go on our trip. So I talked to her a lot, and she said the same thing. I'm like, I am so impressed by you. I'm like, what did I do? And I'm like, so she saw it. She saw it loud and clear. And she's the one who said, I bet another teacher, nobody told you to do this, right? I was like, nope, nobody told me to do this. I did this on my own free will. I just willingly just put myself out there and just helped where I needed to. Nobody at all told me saying that. To my knowledge, 4 teachers, that I talked to 4 different people. Actually, I talked to 3 different people, but I know for a fact 4 different teachers saw me do this, pull them back and all that. 4 teachers noticed. 4 teachers. Probably more teachers noticed from a distance, and they couldn't do anything because they were sitting not in the front. So yeah. So I just had a little nice conversation with my one of the teachers in the evening about it, and I told her, I know these people, the people who are actually participating in the play, or the performance, whatever you want to call it, was working really hard for this, and so it didn't seem fair to have these people who were not a part of the performance being front and center of the tension. And the staff, I told the person I was talking to, the staff member in the front row, was very, like, clear about don't go up there. So I'm like, and of course they had trouble listening. So I took it upon myself to pull them back. And I didn't do it hard, but I had to, like, forcefully, like, pull them back because a little, like, tug was not gonna do it for them. I just stepped up. That's what I did on Thursday. I stepped up and helped a lot. I wasn't, like, asked to step up. I just stepped up. And then, let's back up for a little bit. Where I stepped up prior to the performance, when I was trying to help gather all the people that needed to be gathered together, the director told me that I see what you're doing, and she wants me to run for mayor next year. And that's a big thing, like student mayor. They do elections for running for mayor. They do that in February, and I came in April of 2024. So I came, like, a couple months after they elected the mayor for the year, for this year. And then that's also when you can run for student council as well. So first you run for student council, get on student council, then you run for the people who want to run for mayor can run for mayor. And that all happens in the month of, like, February or something. So the person's like, she sees the leadership that I have. Like, it's on my radar. I didn't tell her yes, I didn't tell her no. I told her it was on my radar. And my teacher, my corresponding teacher, is actually the student council, one of the people who runs student council. So she's really, like, she'll have all the answers to the student council piece. So I'm like, she told me that I have to wait till February to do anything. I'm like, oh my gosh. Even in February, when February comes around, I would still be here less than a year. I'm like, maybe I didn't tell her yes, I didn't tell her no. We'll see. So those 2 days were very, very much better than the beginning of my week. So those were, like, the highlights of everything that I just shared with you only happened in 2 days, and I talk a lot, I know. So I'm like, yay! I get these super mixed feelings with these, because I feel like when I get recognized, like, congratulations, you did something, congratulations, thank you for helping, I appreciate you helping out, stuff like that. When I get compliments like that, I'm like, I get all like, oh my goodness, what did I do? Oh my goodness, stop talking to me, like, literally stop talking to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, because I just don't like being recognized. I don't know why. I've always, like, and I get recognized a lot these days because I just want to put myself out there, I guess. So I just impressed so many teachers this week. So that's how my week went, and I feel good about it. Like, I'm glad that I was able to help out, and I'm glad, even though I get a little, like, uncomfortable, and it gets awkward when people point out all the good stuff that I'm doing. Yep, still something I'm working on. I go like, oh my goodness, thanks. Yeah, so I'll end that there, and I hope y'all have a nice day, and I'll be here for Thanksgiving. So talk to you later, and bye.